what the fans in that locale in which you played, you know they're going to normally come to the quarterback's defense. But Rodney is absolutely right. What I can't understand is that when the Patriots was 8-0, I hear nothing about offensive line. I didn't hear anything about wide receivers or anything.
Yeah, but you told me they hadn't played anything.
Whoa, Skip! This is my turn. Now, I was talking about the defense being historically great. Where was that? So it's hard now. All the credit that Tom gets when they win, we're going to place the blame elsewhere when they lose. Now, you do know they can't, that 28-point comeback, 25-point, 28-3 comeback they had, you know, Gronk was on IR with a torn ACL. You know Gronk wasn't in that game, Jenny? I don't know if you noticed that. James White and Julian Edelman. That's what he had.
I know.
And everybody there said, woo, Tom, look at Tom.
Wait, did he have an offensive line?
Oh, you see? But here's Skip.
Debatable.
So, yeah, which one was Jonathan Ogden? Which one was Walter Jones? Which one was Travis Frederick? I just need to know Zach Martin.
You know who it was? Dante Scarnecchia. That's who that was. All rolled into one.
Is he not there now?
He was making miracles.
He's not there now.
71 years of age.
So he's not there now?
Yeah.
I just want to know.
They brought him out of retirement.
Hold on. Okay, I just want to know one thing. Is Dante Scarnecchia, is he still the offensive line coach?
He's trying.
Oh, so wait a minute now.
Yep.
He made spare parts out of the other group. So which is it? He's out of miracles?
Yep. Well, he's only down to his third-string center. They played their third-string center last week. You like that?
Skip.
Travis Frederick.
People hate to admit it. But you told me Father Time is undefeated. So why can...
I didn't tell you that with Brady.
No, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
So Father Time is undefeated with everybody else except Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is going to fight. Tom Brady can play till he's 65.
Yeah, 50.
Skip, it's okay that this is happening because it's happening to the greats. There were guys that had more talent than Tom Brady. And when Father Time came, he came. He's not the same guy because Tom Brady used to could elevate those guys. What made Tom is that he took guys that weren't Randy Moss. They weren't Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice. He took guys that were lesser tier, and he could go do things with it. Now that he can't do it, we blame the receivers. Well, you never gave the receivers credit when they were winning. I didn't hear anything about David Gibbons. I didn't hear anything about Patton and Troy Brown and Chris Hogan. I didn't hear anything about that, those running backs. Kevin Falk never got this. Kevin Falk, when did he turn into Marshall Falk? That's what made them so unique, is that they weren't littered with Hall of Fame players.
You told me once upon a time Rob Gronkowski just might be the best tight end ever.
Yes.
Right?
And when I tried to tell you that, you told me he was winning Super Bowls before Gronk got there.
Well, he did, and then he...
I told everybody. I said, y'all don't realize how easy Gronk makes Tom Brady's job. Boo, boy, you don't know what you talk about. You're a Tom Brady hater. No, I just realized how great Gronk is.
Yes,
that's what I do.
You are a Tom Brady hater.
Skip. So I'm just trying to figure out. He comes back from 23-8, comes back from that with Julian Edelman and James White, who's still on the roster. Edelman now is even more accomplished. He's a Super Bowl MVP. He's the second leading receiver as far as catches, yards, and touchdowns in the postseason. That's not enough. Now, when they're winning, everybody tells me, even Skip Bayless, Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer. Now that they're losing, little tiny Julian Edelman, who's a former college quarterback, James White, who has the most reception in a playoff game in NFL history, and he did it in the
Tell me when it's my turn. Now?
Rodney Harrison is absolutely right. Tom Brady isn't the same guy.
So I'm going to put you on the hot seat right now. I want to hear right here, right now. Tom Brady has lost velocity.
Not about that. That's not about that.
Has he lost velocity? Has he lost nerve in the pocket? Has he lost any athletic mobility and quickness in the pocket? Has he lost all that? Is he proverbially falling off the cliff? Is that what we're saying?
Hey, you said what you want to say. It's your turn to talk. You said you want to talk. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm asking you. I want to know.
I made my point.
Because I know what I see and don't see. I see the same old Tom Brady.
Okay, why are they struggling then? Why are they struggling?
It's my turn.
Okay, then stop asking me questions.
Okay, so a year ago this week, they played at Pittsburgh, and they lost their second straight game, 17-10 at Pittsburgh after they had a debacle of a breakdown thanks to Bill Belichick's special teams. at Miami, and they lost a game they should not have lost, and it put them in Kansas City for the AFC Championship game. And you told me after the second loss in a row at Pittsburgh, you had all the video up. Drop that track, DJ, because Tom Brady was flinching in the pocket on the last throw to Edelman, right? And I said, no, he's not. Watch what's about to happen. And you know what happened? You bet against him twice in a row.
What happened?
The Chargers and then at
what
Kansas
happened,
City.
Skip? Number one running attack.
Yeah, here they went.
Number one running attack.
He actually had a semblance of an offensive line last year. Right now, they can't do any of these things. They can't protect him, and he never had great mobility. Obviously, you saw his 40-yard dash at the Combine, and they cannot run it a lick. They have fallen all the way to 23rd, and Sony Michel has fallen deep into the doghouse because down the stretch now, they rely on James White to run the football when, in truth, he's a pass-catching back. That's all he is, and all they do is try to run him in the second half of close games. It's shameful what's happening because the defense, you've already told me, is overrated. And I sat back and watched the defense the other day in the first half give up a 3rd and 19 and a 2nd and 25 for a touchdown. And then they finally clamped down in the fourth quarter, but the offense also started to take off because they started keeping people in to block the blitz. So what do I see from the offensive line? Again, they were down to their 3rd string center on Sunday. David Andrews, I think, is pretty good, but he's gone for the year. And then the backup, Karras, I don't think he was very good. And then they started somebody named James Ferentz, who was on his 3rd team, and he's the 3rd string center. And Dante Scarnecchia is not making miracles this year with a bunch of spare parts.
Why not?
And it got so bad that Isaiah Wynn, who hasn't played very much football because he's been hurt, but he's a first-round pick. I don't know if we have this play, but late in the first half, he just let Frank Clark just blow right by him. This is the only blocker you have. That's your first-string tackle, your left tackle, and Brady gets sacked from the blind side. What do you have to throw there? Like 1.3 seconds before he gets sacked from behind?
But remember, Skip, but he's getting that. Remember, Joey
Lord
Bosa
have
said,
mercy.
Joey Bosa said last year, you heard the track, you played it.
So,
he's just so quick.
You always tell me you have to update your resume. Is Julian Edelman updating his Super Bowl MVP resume? No, he is not. He is leading the league by far with 10 drops this year. 10 drops. And guess who surged to #1 in drops as a receiving core this past Sunday with 4 more? The Patriots have dropped the most passes in the National Football League. And guess what? The New England Patriots tight ends as a whole group, they're ranked 31st in catches. They're last in touchdown catches. They went from Rob Gronkowski last year, who caught 47 balls by himself, to they have a grand total of 29 catches because the starting tight end is named Matt Lacoste. He got cut twice by the Giants, once by the Jets, and once by your Denver Broncos, and now he's the starter for the Patriots. And guess who his backup is? Benjamin Watson, who is about next week to turn 39 years old. That's all you got? Are you kidding me?
You said something in all that what you just said. You said, what does the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp says? Update your resume. When is Tom Brady going to update his resume?
He's got nothing.
This is not about 6 Super Bowls.
You know what?
This is not about the AFC
Okay, I
Championship
dare
game.
you to tell me I'm wrong about this. This is the worst receiving core in football. I can't find one that's worse than this one. Mohamed Sanu has become like a bust of a pickup. You told me you see no burst from him, right?
I didn't see any.
So wait a second. Emmanuel Sanders might have been out there on the market, but you took Mohamed Sanu and you gave up a 2nd-round draft pick for him, and he gets you nowhere, right? And N'Keal Harry was your 1st-round pick, and I am a big fan of his. He played 2 snaps on Sunday, and if you can explain that to me, you're way ahead of me because I've seen 2 little splash plays from N'Keal Harry. I saw the touchdown catch against Dallas. It was the only touchdown they had in the game, and I saw what should have been a touchdown on Sunday.
Skip, what separates the top guys, what's always separated the top guys, is when they didn't have a running game, they could go get it done. When Big Ben didn't have a running game, he could win a game with nothing. Drew Brees, Peyton Manning,
You have to
John
have
Elway.
some protection.
No,
yes.
Skip,
yes.
no. See, it's always...
You got nothing. You got no run game and no receivers and no offensive line. You're kidding me. You know what would happen? If you threw Patrick Mahomes into this, he would turn into a disaster of a desperation interception thrower.
Okay, Skip,
want to bet?
I want to leave...
Because he would just be out of his mind, and he would probably get more banged up than he is right now.
Skip, I never heard you yell the praise for the offensive line and Julian Edelman when they win.
No, I did. I
Like
always
you yell
did.
the blame when they lose.